What's up guys, it's the Bromeo Gaming here, and welcome to a video that's a little bit different. I'm going to be doing this one scriptless because I couldn't be bothered to write a script, but it's all fresh in the mind, and I'm here to tell you why I believe that Demogorgon from Dead by Daylight is not just a regular Demogorgon. I was recently watching Stranger Things 2, and something had come to my attention. Thinking about the lore of Dead by Daylight and the lore about Stranger Things and everything like that, it came to my attention that one of the add-ons, and I've recently found out that 2 points to Demogorgon being a certain fan-favorite character in the series of Stranger Things. Now, if you look at the add-ons that Demogorgon has, he has 2 very specific add-ons, none of which are particularly great. One adds a portal, and the other one I don't use it, so I don't really know. However, the names of the pumpkins the names of the add-ons are what particularly caught my attention. One is Mew's guts, and in the description it says, you know, the guts of an unfortunate victim, which leads me to believe that they're referencing Stranger Things 2, spoilers by the way, where a baby Demogorgon, a demo dog, or whatever you want to call it, goes ahead and eats Mew, Dustin's cat. And that cat specifically is named in that add-on, which is insane, because if you look a little further into the add-ons of the Demogorgon and Dead by Daylight, he also has an add-on called Rotted Pumpkins, and the description of that is rotted pumpkins infected by Hawkins' lab. And both of those are references to Stranger Things 2, and none of it from Stranger Things 1. Nothing in particular that would reference that. Most of that is taken from Stranger Things 2, as well as the Stranger Things map, Hawkins Laboratories, that you play in the game in Dead by Daylight, is also Stranger Things 2 references. There is a broken window from where the Demodogs had broken in later in the series and jumped through. There are dead bodies lying around after they had all been annihilated by Demodogs. A lot of it references Stranger Things 2, which even furthers my theory into believing that Demogorgon is not just a Demogorgon. He's Dart, Dustin's Demogorgon, his pet Demo. And I have reason to believe that because of those 2 things, it's very, very possible that even though he's missing his tried and true yellow stripe on his butt, which sure could immediately debunk this theory, but also it could just be a part on the developers. If they were going to add Dart, they just had forgotten and, you know, used a basic Demogorgon model, which is understandable, you know, less time and effort and all of that. However, what I'm trying to say is that I believe that, well, if you look into the lore on how the killers of Dead by Daylight are taken, any of the licensed ones, they're kind of just taken from a part in their story and brought into the entity's realm. What I'd like you to look at is the fact that somewhere in the series, all the demos, like all the demo dogs, die, as well as Dart, sadly. But if you look closely, if you understand how Nemesis was taken mid-Raccoon City Rampage, I don't find it hard to believe that before Dart had died, he would be the most easy and the most impressionable Demogorgon to control for the entity. I mean, he already had, you know, he cared about Dustin, you know, ate the nougat, they bonded over that, and he also didn't attack them on sight in the tunnels, which shows that there is some memory, some sort of connection there, which would be, I feel, easier to manipulate in a partially tamed Demogorgon than a fully feral rabid one. And some of the cosmetics have me believe that as well. This is more of a stretch than like a theory, but my stretch theory is that if you look at some of the cosmetics, Demogorgon has chains on him in one of the cosmetics, I believe, and I would like to believe that the entity had held Demogorgon captive in chains until he was able to bend it to his will, which, like I said, is easier than if you were to take one just out of the Mind Flayer, the Upside Down, out of that realm. If you were to take one that has already had an impressionable impact by some other being, Dustin, then I feel like it wouldn't be such a stretch that Demogorgon, or Dart, in the Dead by Daylight series was impressioned and influenced by the entity. If you look at both of his cosmetics, the one I'm more referring to is the Entity's Realm Enhanced Demogorgon, the one with the black spikes and stuff, like the armor and things like that. I feel like because if Dart was taken when he was just an adolescent or a teen and not a full Demogorgon. He had more time to adapt and evolve to his current situation, which would be the entity's realm, full of evil and all that and this. And I wouldn't think it'd be such a stretch that he would adapt those things to survive there, whereas the other Demogorgons are like predators and things like that, and they hide and wait and hunt. This Demogorgon is thrown into a realm where he is immediately supposed to fight and kill survivors for somebody else. You know, they have a lot of things like, you know, flashbangs now and things like that, and I feel like the armor would be a way to sustain damage from that situation. I think because this one specifically has been influenced by Dustin, he was easier to manipulate by the entity, and an easier target to manipulate other than any other Demogorgon. That's my entire theory, honestly. But if you also look at the Season 2 outfits that they have for Nancy and for Steve, they're also the Steve outfit is the one that he wears in the tunnels. It's the outfit he wears when he's about to hit Dart, because he's the only one guarding the tunnels as well, which is insane. I think this theory holds a lot of weight, and I feel like if you were to take a monster that is feral and pretty much already follows orders by the Mind Flayer and already has a overpowered being that oversees them, the best way to take a monster to kill for you, or a Demogorgon, would probably be to take one that's already has been impressioned and influenced by something else, which would make it easier for said entity to influence them as well. But hey, that's just my theory. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's short, but I told you I wasn't reading off of the script, and that's pretty much everything I have right now. But if you guys have any other references or things you can piece me to, please be sure to leave it in the comments below, because I would love to get this out there and let people understand that maybe they should change the name from Demogorgon to Dart, because I'm almost 100% certain that the Demogorgon in Dead by Daylights and the Entity's Realm is not a random Demogorgon. I 100% used Dart before he was, you know, killed by the end of the series. I think he was taken right before that as an impressionable and easy target to manipulate. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.